Oh, welcome to the first. Hello. Hi, Kai. Hi, Kai. Oh, you're the first one. Okay. Let me see why it say it's a slow mode on. So go to edit. Edit. And hello. How are you? Oh, I'm very glad. I heard that you made a a major breakthrough just right in the time that we're transitioning to the new cycle. So where I can find, hang on, I'm looking for where is that second things? Customizations. Okay, so slow mode off. Okay, I think the slow mode off now. Oh, we have three people already. So I'm glad that you actually show your name now instead of unknown. But when you say unknown, I was thinking, what do you mean by unknown? I have always shown my name, in any website that I visited in the past. I don't see the reason why we have to hide ourselves. You only hide yourself if you're feeling like you're not confident about something. It's just another guy. Well, you can. Well, Callahan. Yes, I remember that. And actually, nice to hear from your progress today, because there's a number of people actually came back to me and say that I did have them, even they much older than us, like they are 50s, 54, 57, even over 60. So that's when you know that it's just YouTube channel. Okay. So what job you get now? You say you got a quite a nice package. So what is your like your field? What is your profession? We have four people in the room. Hang on, I need to do a poll so people can ask the question. Uh, should I sell membership to access live chat in a month by 7.99? It's the only way to bring in some income for now to help me maintain the work and the channel. Okay, so yes and no. Okay. Ask your, hang on, I'm doing yes and no. The suggestion. Okay, so this is a poll, right? Create a poll. So how I'm gonna launch the poll? Okay, give me a minute. I want to. Can you see a poll? The opinion vote, the poll that I created. So, oh, question is too long. Right, okay, so it's a questions too long. Let me. Okay, so should I sell memberships to asset live chat in a month for 7.99? Question mark. Question mark. Ask community. Okay, so here the poll. Now let's, because I'm thinking, I have looked at other channels, and of course they got like 30,000, 100,000 members. So I'm a bit confused because I want more people to be accessible to the work that we're doing here. But the because the living cost in UK is really high. I need at least 1,000 a month at least to pay everything. Not even speaking of I'm talking about the bills. Okay, so someone say no, right? What is your opinion on this? What I'm thinking is it's kind of like too early to do it. That's what I'm thinking. But then again, there's a lot of members that yeah, but a lot of members they want to support. So I don't know. But the problem is I only have this month left that I don't need the money because I've got my own work wages. But from next month on, I will only rely on what I'm doing, and obviously that I don't make money. So, so I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to do this, or I can do one night with the members only, and then one night with like the open live chats for the new people to fight me. I don't know how this works. We keep say yeah, because we keep say talking about like money is not important, but at least you have to pay the bills. Because if I don't pay the rent, then they will kick me out, right? That is the only thing I'm concerned about. So um, that's why I need everyone to come and give me the opinion. Of course, I don't want to do it straight away because I don't want to make mistake. Um, but with other channel, it's so much easier because they have like 50,000 member, 100,000 members, so they can do that easily. But we only have 1,000. So this is like a gambling game for me. But I do feel like the thing is when you aim something, you have to aim for something highest. You don't aim for something on average. It's like you pursuing your dream. Oh, hi, Sanya McFadden. Oh, I'm glad that you found me, and welcome to the channel of where the magic happens. See, when we were in April, um, it was expansion time period. Now the channels, I can get 600 new people in maybe a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days. And then when Mercury started to retrograde, you see how it slowed down everything. And now it start to release that. So we're going back to that expansion. So hopefully after maybe this weekend, so next week, we're going back to that expansion. So in your life, it's the same. If you want to do something or make kind of like some sort of decision, next week on gonna be a good time for you to make decision. Yes, Sanjay. Well, Sanjay, to be honest, I'm actually very fast compared to new readers, especially when it comes to tarot. It it takes people like at least a year to get 1,000, and it took me less than 2 months. So I was pretty fast in that sense of getting the criteria of YouTube. But then see YouTube pay it's like one reading posted now. It makes me like maybe $3 a day. So if you live in countries like UK, $3 a day is nothing. It's not even a pound. No, is it a pound? No, it's like $3 is like £2. Yeah, £2. With £2 you cannot buy anything. So I'm a bit concerned about next month. This month I'm okay. And another problem for me is I will have to move my house very soon because they want to demolish this building. So they're looking for another place for me. Hi, Sek, finally tuning in from work. Okay, I know. Thank you very much for being here. So did you have a good weekend and enjoy the healing after the weekend? Well, getting back to all the energy. Hi, darling. I know. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because ideally I was thinking weekend is the best because people will have time. But then I was watching other YouTubers online, and they say on YouTube, they say that for the new channel, and I should live stream more because it will bring in the new members. Oh yeah. You are right because it's when Saturn started retrograding. I was thinking the same. I was thinking maybe, or maybe after the first 2 weeks of June. I don't know how to do it. There's only one buttons of like monetize. It's like there's a icon. They say monetization, so I just put it on, and that's it. I don't see anything else. I'm not sure how people do it, to be honest. There's some sort of trick. uh, yeah, I need to look on that. And also, I watch one of the YouTubers online, and he said if I use the stream, this is the live, right? But if I use the streaming like people playing game, there's a button that you can press on the advert, so they can push the advertisement now and then. Um, but I cannot use the stream function because of the laptop is too slow for it. Hello, Maudi. Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm feeling like a newbie when it comes to like YouTube. It's still feeling like a newbie. The only thing I master now is how I make a video, change the font behind, so with the Sagittarius, the black font behind, and then put them together. That's all I'm good at now. So, and making a thumbnail and write things on it. But if you notice, I don't write things like "you can't miss this." This is important. Um, hi, Roy. Um, I don't know why, but it works. Obviously, because it works. It makes people have to click on it and watch. That's why they keep doing the same thing. But I just cannot do it. I have to say what relevant to the content of the reading. Because I remember when I was watching before, I was so annoyed. I was feeling like they cheated me. Thank you, Roya. So how things work out for you, Roya? Now, um, a lot of people come back and say that it works for them and it helps them. And see, yesterday I was reading one of the comment of this girl, our members, and she say that She tried everything and she feel calmer and feel a little bit better, but not totally better. But then she hoped that she can save the marriage. Then I was thinking, why you hope to save something? Hang on, there's something wrong. That's why I did the introduction today to talking about languages. This is actually psychology. Now, see, the psychology will affect your the way you manifest things. Oh, really? So, what is your name? Because I received something. I put the name down in the paper. Oh, right. Okay, I got it. Let me check. So that was. Hang on. Let me check. Right. Okay. So, uh, Lauren. Okay. So the one that says. Hang on. I couldn't find. I remember there's someone Lauren in the history of the transaction that I saw here. Now the last one is Anna Delia. So that's Anna, right? I know who's Anna. Um, and there's another one is Motfake, Motfake, and I think that was Dorian. And Dennis Martinez donated me twice. Darlene donated me before too, right? And then Pamela donated me. Grace Tonic. Yes, of course. Yes, Darlene. To be honest, I actually found it, discovered that principle from my own experience because like see in a long long time, right? So I try to figure out why I am kind of a feeling that people resistant to what I wanted things to happen, even though that I knew that I saw the right thing. But the problem is it's not about if this is the right thing or good things or not, right? Because this is about how you deal with the energy, and the energy doesn't care about if you want it's good or not. The energy is only care about if you allow it to flow. So the more you create that resistance, so you create resistance without knowing that you do it. For example, like the example this morning in the clip. Yeah, so like the example, thank you, Roy. So like the example this morning I did in the clip. Now, if you say I hope to save that marriage or that relationship, or I hope that person stay. Now, when you hope, so then you don't really know what is the reason why you hope for. That's why you have to say I need to save this. So when you say I need to do this, you know why you want to do it, right? And when you know why, then you will manifest the outcome. But when you say you hope, so it's like the percentage of success gonna be very unpredictable. It can be none. And in that situation, it's so true that the person doesn't know why they hope to save that marriage, because obviously they're not happy and they don't even know that even they can save that marriage, will they be still happy? So they don't know where they go. So when because we reflect the way we feel to things we do and things we say. So that's why when I read people's comment, I know exactly where people got the problem. Yes, that's why they avoid to know the truth. And you know what cause people avoid the truth? Actually, Kahalan just just graduated from that, so Kahalan can share your experience. When you got past it, you look back and you see why you were stupid. People avoid the truth because that is actually one of the shadow work that they needed to work on. Now they don't want to confront, so it depends on what truth they want to avoid, right? So in relationship, it was actually the codependency they're trying to avoid. So they feels like without the other person, they cannot function, they cannot be happy, they cannot stand on their own feet. So the nature of it is was the codependency, and that's what they're trying to avoid. And that's what they say, I hope. Oh, it's never too late to be honest, you know. I since I discover all the things, and it's kind of my late 30s, so before I hit 40, I've been a long time. I couldn't understand myself. I was thinking why things kind of like so kind of like annoying. It's nearly there, but it's not. Yes, exactly. Hello, Anna. Hi, Dan. Anna. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Kahalan. And hi to um. Hang on. I'm trying to Lauren. Royal. Your name is Lauren, I think. I feel, you know, in a such a short time, I feel like I'm so connected to all the members. I'm feeling like I know where you're from, and you know, like what is you trying to figure out, what you're trying to do with your life. It's crazy. I couldn't explain it, right? But that is my gift. I tend to know what people are trying to do or what going through their life at the moment, what they're struggling, because I can feel what they're still resistant to. So this week is a new format. So I'm trying to think maybe I do a live stream on Wednesday and then Sunday as usual because Sunday more people have time because now people are still working. But I was hoping that maybe I can get new members. The people, you know, they find us by chance, for example. It's actually very strange because last time on last Sunday I saw the chat room maybe 10, 11 people, but when I watch the statistics, it's over 100 views. So quite a lot, a number of people actually viewed us. Joan Shiravan, Esther Pira, all beyond great relationships, teachers, depending on the individual issue. Well, to be honest, you know, if you know the fundamental of how life works, you can apply into anything, even at the workplace, relationships with your colleagues, even relationship as a romantic relationship. It's quite a Lauren, yes, Lauren. Oh dear. Okay, I try to remember your name now. No, I, I, impressive. I try to remember. Okay, you know, I have to admit, I'm terrible at names in real life. Right? There are a lot of people. They told me a name, and even 1 or 2 minutes after that, I was thinking like, shit, what did they tell me? They just told me the name, and I couldn't remember now. So in real life, I'm the same. So it takes me couple of times to practice it, and then I start to remember. Unless someone's, like really impressive. Or I like just comment, keep up the good work, brother. I love you. When I get money, I'm donate to your channel. Thank you very much. So guys, please answer the vote to see. Kalan make quite a good point because Saturn gonna retrograde on the 10th of June, and it will force people to change, to cut off what still kind of like the leftover of like the aftermath of whatever you dealing with. In Korea, the same. So it will force you to jump, to take a leap of faith. So maybe, so 50% people say no, 50% people say yes. This is very important because I need to think about this. Um, I think so. Say yeah, you can watch later, or you just mute it and check. But you mute, you cannot hear what I say. Hmm. Yes, it's recorded. I think so. Oh yeah, you know, see the way I design my readings is it's totally from other readers because I'm actually very practical. So I only share things that I think is applicable, so people actually can use it. If things like too theory, too kind of like bookish, I don't see the point why people want to share it. And what's the point? I do believe, I have always believed in fate. And funny enough, I never believed in religions and God in the past. But the older I got, the more I kind of I tend to be very spiritual when I got older. And then I start to always believe in God. Until now, it's 100% because I do believe it's true. Because I do feel like they actually guiding me to where I am right now. And I do believe that, see, when you found me, we have been actually guided to meet each other for what I'm doing, because obviously that sometimes it's difficult to find a true thinker. It's like because we are the truth seekers, so it's difficult to find the truth seeker because no one want to pay the price to find the truth. Everyone want to compromise because they want to be comfortable with money. Yes, Laurent. I prefer PayPal for now, because the super chat is the way it works for YouTube is if I get more than $60, then they will pay me monthly. But because I never reached that $60 so far, so they not even send me the form to like the payment method. Actually, I registered the payment method today, even I didn't get $60. But there will be a verification process, so it will take maybe a couple of days. But for now, PayPal is better. But in the future, then I don't mind either ways. Saturn is on the 10. And let me see. Saturn is on the 10, but let me see where it is now. I think it's in Pisces. No, Aquarius. Yes, Aquarius. So Aquarius is about evolution, technology, like new ideas, renovation. So like it's like renewal. And Saturn's retrograde is about forcing you to renew things. So that means that if anything doesn't work, Doesn't matter how stubborn you try to hold on. Uh, you don't have choice. Things will happen to force you to cut loose or cut off something forever. If the more you stubborn, the more pain you're gonna receive from the universe. If you don't believe it, I try it, then you will know because I tried it before, and I was thinking, oh God, I wish I didn't do it. I think a lot of us have the same problem with financial capacity at the moment because it's like they trying to recycle the abundance resources, but of course we have to put in the work. Whatever you do, we have to make an effort because there's nothing gonna be for free. Yes, actually, this is the first time I saw you on live, Lauren, because I've been on a couple of times, but it was not quite professional and kind of like how I say fixed timetable. But I'm trying to fix now between Wednesday and Sunday because I think 2 days probably enough. There's no need to rush and to be greedy. Even like things are a bit alarming at the moment. But if you if I ask you to trust the process, then I have to do it first, right? And I always trust myself. At least people got the result and came back and say thanks because it worked, it happened. That is the rewards already. J James, um, I know J James, but the problem for me is now when I do the private readings, I couldn't tell people what the price is because it's not me. You can pay whatever, even you can pay a pound. I still do it. And also something about me that you don't know. Now, if I think the situation is a bit nonsense, it's for kid, I would refuse. I only do it when I think someone really need it. There's a reason for that. It's not because I'm being a snob, right? The reason is if you got a gift of something, you have to choose, know how to use it wisely, and like to be fair and give it equally to people. You cannot abuse the gift to just make your own to satisfy your own need because that is when you do it, they will take back the ability. The ability is being gifted, but not by birth. And I think I think Lawrence, Royal Sagittarius, and Anna is gonna get on very well with each other because they have quite a that kind of crazy sense of humor, very Sagittarius way of humor. Well, everything has its good things and the bad things. Even, I hate Mercury when it retrogrades, to be honest, because it slow down everything. But then it kind of like gives you an opportunity to revise and also to, for some people, they can revive the relationship and things like that. Uh, I am, well, I don't know if I have a sense of humor or not because obviously that the work that I ask, right, it's very kind of like academic work, so I don't have time to joke with people. Well, I do, but it has to be very intellectual. It cannot be bonkers. So I don't have chances to do the bonkers joke with people at work. It's kind of like very subtle. Yeah, that's me. I'm feeling like I'm floating in life rather than I'm living in life. I'm feeling like I'm floating since I was born until now, like because I tend to kind of like learning things and then I move to the next one. I don't stop at one thing. If I learn something, I make sure that I learn the whole thing, and then I move to the next one and I learn the next one, and I make sure that I learn the whole thing. And Dorian, that's a good question because they are the truth seekers. So when you master something, you're getting bored. You will then have the yes, good evening from Glasgow. Um, so when you master something, you get bored. That is our problem. Now that is also the good point, but it's also the weak point. You only excited and humble when something new. For example, like me doing the YouTube, I'm kind of like humble because this thing is so new to me. I never imagined my life that I'm gonna be a YouTuber. But at one day I will get bored with the YouTube. But I'm confident about this time because I know that even I master the YouTube and technology and things like that. But I will never get bored with people because see when you work with people, you will never get bored because everyone's built in a different ways and everyone's situations. Even the fundamentals gonna be the same, but the details of the situation's gonna be, never be the same. Um, Darlene, it's a good question. I never meditated. Actually, I've you know I feel myself right. I'm unlike these readers that you saw. They got all these um the bells or whatever make the sound and meditate and all something before they do the reading and all these procedures. I was thinking, I would look at them. I say, "What are you doing?" I was thinking, "What the heck you doing?" I just find it bonker. Now, meditation is about relaxation, but there's nothing to do with, helping you to connect more or better to spirits. The spirit connect to you when you have the pure soul, when you are pure, basically. So when you're pure, you reach to the level that you don't need meditations to calm yourself down, to get connected, to focus on something. Now that is the level of that's the style. And Sagittarius, we like to do things with style. Right? We don't do things the normal way because the normal way is too boring. And for me, I would think, okay, I get the ideas. You have to focus. You have to kind of like 100% trying to connect to something. But for me, no, I don't need to because I don't have that kind of like calculating. I don't have that kind of you know greedy for something. I don't have those things, and I don't allow other people to influence my energy, even in the real life. I always draw the line without telling them. They can feel it. Yeah, because I used to work with a post-trauma service, and they teach about these, like technique and skills, meditations, all this sort of thing, to calm people down. It helps. It helps you to calm people down through the breath. Basically, it's a technique to distract your thoughts from your trouble. But because I don't have any trouble, so I don't need meditation to distract myself from hi crazy. Hello, Mrs. Goddess. I call crazy Mrs. Goddess because she a bodybuilder. If you look at her, she looks like a goddess from the Greek mythology things. Yes, I know because you are the boss. So Crazy is running her own business, dog grooming, and now she's trying to opening a new business. So it's gonna be a good month for business expansion. So we're gonna celebrate all of you if you have a plan to do something. So 50% say yes, 50% people say no. So I will leave it until maybe the first 2 weeks of June because 15th of June we have Venus conjunct with Uranus. So it's just a boost about feeling, and then I will see how people feel. I'm so jealous with you, crazy, because I only got this new business here, and I'm struggling to expand it. So I need spirits to come and help me. I need to manifest and summon the spirits come and help me. God, but I do enjoy what I'm doing. That's the main thing. I don't regret. That's the main point. For the first time, I'm feeling like I'm going on the right path because everything I've done before, I was always kind of the top of what I was doing, but I didn't feel that kind of relaxed. I'm feeling like aligned with my higher self. This is the first time ever that I'm feeling so aligned. I know. Ideally, see, this channel, ideally, it takes at least a year until I can start to, relax. But meanwhile, you still have to try to figure out how to survive first. Of course, the reason, the problem is, I know that people really appreciate me to donate because it's not that easy to get these donations. But I cannot just rely on donations because it's unstable. So we will have to figure out in a way that now I read this is what I'm confused with YouTube, right? They say to sell the membership, I need at least 30,000 members, and I don't have it. But I saw they open the function, so I just register, and they send me an email. They say that I'm ready to go, but I didn't do it yet because I don't know. That's why I have to be here and ask people for opinions. And probably this is the only channel that we online, but we don't do the card and talking silly things. Because I watch this guy, I can't say the name right, but he's got like 160,000 members. It's horrible, like huge. And of course, he does for 12 size, and he just shuffle the card and he say all this sort of thing. Oh, for example, like I make an example, and he's doing this, and he will like he will pick out a card. I say, oh, let's say the chariot, and then he start to talk about the chariots. Things start moving, all this sort of thing, blah 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 blah, and it's a 12 sign, and it's 160,000 people. My question is now, if you do that, then how many percentage of people you aim for to listen to you? There's a some sort of like tactics, and there's nothing to do with spiritual or the message people meant to hear at all. It's totally random and it's totally designed to entertain people. And his channel did say the guideline of channels when you open the front page, it say that this channel is for entertainment purpose. And I was thinking, okay, so why you sell the membership? So my question is, are people actually that free? Are they actually that like don't have anything else to do to pay money to listen to someone for entertainment purpose, why don't you go to the theater, or why don't you pay for something more meaningful, some sort of like artistic things, opera, right? Live show or something like that, even a comedy show. That is Tarot is not for entertainment purpose. Come on, since when tarot is a entertainment purpose? Yep. So but this guy, I must say that some people, if they born Gemini or Libra, Libra is also very good teacher. Lecturing, they can talk, and then they can convince people to listen to them. So basically, people actually paying money to listen to their talk rather than. I know that there's a song with Kelly Clarkson. People like us. People like us. We gotta stick together. Na, 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 na. Yeah, I do agree with that, darlings. It's fine. That's life. I mean, I don't like everyone's the same, or else it's boring, right? But we do recognize each other when we meet someone the same. That's why they say birds of the same flock fly together. Yes, Sek, I agree with you. I actually did mention that in one of my first live chat ever, the first one ever that I tested. I did say that they aim on us because they recognize we are the mind goal when it comes to spiritual tendency. And I was one of the victim too. I bought into what they said because remember I didn't know what tarot was. I was thinking, okay, that's interesting. I want to hear what you have to say. And after a while, I was thinking, it doesn't make sense because I do know things. That's why I was thinking, no, I have to open my own channel because this has to stop. And that's why you got me here. And that is the reason why I opened the channel. Now, I mentioned there's a lady, she did the Sagittarius channel, and she's like Polish or something like that. She live in London, right? But Eastern European. Her English is worse than mine, but it's not about English. But I kind of follow her, and she got like a huge number of followers, all the Sagittarius. And at the beginning, I was thinking, like, okay, so the reason why I hooked on her reading at the beginning because I believed in people that you don't need to have the skill of speaking, but you tell the truth. It's like genuine people. So I did like subscribe to her channel, but after a few readings I was thinking, what you talking about? Why like it's like she described one day. I remember this video. This is about last year. So she said that this person's gonna be crazy for you, and he will be outside of window and waving, being silly. I was thinking, which card telling you that? What kind of card telling you someone gonna be silly outside window and wave? And I was thinking, no, you are actually not right there because that is not right. You can seize if you can detect the energy of someone, like they friendly to you or they trying to kind of like being sneaky to get to you, that you can see. But you can see someone outside waving the window, that is bullshit. I don't buy that. And thanks to that woman, I was thinking, you know what? She's claims she be serious and she claims to be friendly. Okay, I bought on that at the beginning, but whatever it is, the content is still the most important. You have to provide the precise content. You cannot just say whatever you want because you think that is easy money. Now that is when people start to corrupting their ability, their gift. She might has the gift at the beginning, but when she corrupt like that, I don't think that gonna last. Oh, thank you, darling. I actually, Sex say the same thing. Sex say that since she found me, she didn't watch. Well, this is not about you. You want to watch me or other people because everyone free to watch whatever they want because Sagittarius is all about freedom, the free will. But what I don't like about these people is they making money on Sagittarius because, like you say, because they realize that we are spiritual. So, so they treat us like a gold mine. Yes, exactly. But because even we spiritually crazy, but we actually have intelligence too. That is the problem. So when we temporarily trust them, but then think that doesn't happen. Now, who's gonna responsible for what they say? If they mislead people and people kind of like hold on things that the wrong way, then who's gonna responsible for people's happiness? They gonna just say no, this for entertainment purpose. Now, so I think I would declare on the on the front page that this channel is not for entertainment purpose. I will say the opposite. Yes, sir. Yeah, the thing is, see, if I do the reading, one day if I do the reading, when I complete it, before I post, I would kind of like have a few moments about myself to feel like if I'm happy with that, to see um, if that's really what that I can feel from the air or spirits, if you want to say that. Of course, I cannot see anything in the sky, right? But I do have the feeling that if that's what that I meant to say or not. Most of the time, I don't have to do twice, but sometimes, for example, if I woke up or if I didn't sleep well previous night, there are a couple of times that I actually had to delete the whole things, and then I just go away for a walk or something like that, and then I go back and do it again, and then I'm happy after that, because sometimes when you don't sleep enough, you lose that concentration, and you're feeling like the message trying to come in, but then you interpret it in the wrong way. And when I did that, I just knew because when you do something wrong, you know yourself right away. Yeah, obviously, for me, it's not for entertainment purpose because even the message is not quite 100% because it's collective, right? But uh, at least it's the energies that going on at one thing, and then all the experiences about how to heal yourself, how to find out where you are wrong. That is real experiences. So for me, no, it's not entertainment purpose. I wouldn't do it if it's for entertainment purpose anyway because I don't feel it's my level. Thank you, Crazy. Um, I like your name, Crazy Eight. But why is number eight? Why you don't say Crazy Seven or Crazy Six or Crazy 11, for example? Anna say me too right now. I just feel like my high self. Yes, Maldives. I'm actually very proud of my work because thanks to all your comments and stories and feedback, then I actually make me feel more confident to explore more about what I've got. Because when I first started, right, I was a bit nervous. I was thinking, right, okay, I'm not sure if I can do this. I know that I know a lot of things and have a lot to share, but I wasn't that confident. But now I'm getting more confident every day. And that's thanks to all of you, to be honest. I cannot make this on my own. And I also in the future, I've got, I know, I was planning to do the teachings about numerology. It is mathematics, to be honest, and it's quite a simple mathematics, but it show you your lifeline, um, how you utilize and how you know which year of your cycle that you are in at the moment. The year 4, year 7 is the 2 years that you have to slow down, and then year 5, year 8 you can start to accelerate. And all these things that I know I want to share in the future, so I'm thinking of, yes, your body actually much better than most of us in here. Crazy. That's why I call you Mrs. Goddess. Crazy is like, she is like at her 50s and she's got 6 pack, 8 packs, eight, not even six. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. I'm feeling so ashamed because I have only 1 pack with a very young face. Robin, one of our members, she says that how can I get all my wisdom when I was so young? Yeah, I'm compared to people, I'm quite young. 40 is still very young, but it's not too young. It's just to prove to you that if you really learn, then you can be someone with wisdom. That's why Kahalan, I want to encourage Kahalan to learn. Darling, you purchased numerologist one. How? That's oh, you mean that what numbers and what that means? Okay, so it's like a lucky dip lottery things. No, yeah, the number means a lot of things, right? And it's quite general, so it can be applied to the majority of people. So of course, the people will read it and say, "Oh yeah, it is true," but it's not quite like that. The numerology that I want to teach is like on live here, but the thing is, I have to move my house very soon. So I wait until I move my house, and then I need the money to buy the desktop, because when I stream, I need a software to stream it so I can show the board, and I would have to write on the board. It's like you go to school. So that's what I want to do in the future. So we will understand more about what we're lacking and why we're lacking it and why we have to going through like the losses. Yes, Anna, thank you very much. I actually am very proud of that, to be honest, because I went to other channel to have a look to see what people actually talk about. Their conversation is totally different. It's nothing like in our channel. The members are also totally different. So I feel like our members are all the people with kind of like very high spiritual level. Like, all the members here, they got a depth about things. The people of other channel, I think they are kids. They're talking like rubbish. Oh, it doesn't happen to me. Oh, things like that, and no one even replied to them. Of course, it doesn't happen to them because the reader doesn't even talk to them. The readers talk to the mechanisms of how people want to hear. They don't talk. They don't talk about if they really care what people are going through, then they will talk about the problem of what people going through, right? But they don't. They talk about, for example, I I make this example before, right? So that guy with the flashy thing, before that he opened a tarot, he opened the oracle card, and there's a card about it's a reunion, right? And he's immediately say, "Oh, congratulations, this is gonna happen, reunion on the card. You and your soulmate are twin flames, all this sort of thing." And I was thinking, excuse me, it's it's Saturn is you're retrograding, Pluto retrograding. Sorry, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. Do you think that people are gonna reunion in that context? The Pluto is force people to remove anything dead and change the way of what no longer compatible. Now, if it's in the Mercury retrograde, then I would think, okay, so there much possibility that people wanna reconnect with each other. That makes sense. But because to be honest, doesn't matter what the card says. Believe me or not, the energy, the current energy is the most important. It's simply like, so when you don't have that energy boost, when you being um pulled out all your energy, how you got that mood to enjoy someone's company if you were in the mood to be alone, right? So it's all about the energies. And if the cards saying things evolving around the energies, then you know that it's right, it's going to happen. If the card's against the energy, then you have to see if that card reverse or not. And that's why I can see the card reverse or not. Traditionally speaking, conventionally speaking, we in the past, in ancient times, we don't read reverse cards. We don't really read. It's just random. Sometimes it's accident. Then okay, you can read that because I've got some card reversed by accident too. Accident. Um, but see, nowadays they trying to make it like kind of like flashy. They want to show off their skill, so they're trying to kind of like half, 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 and then it doesn't make sense. Yes, to be honest, I follow all the top readers with the most number of followers because I check to see what they're doing. Because Zenia is one of our member, but she busy, so she quite crazy. She busy at the moment, but I'm sure that she'll be back at one time, at one point. And she sent me all these links, and I do go in because I don't want to be conservative. I want to see if I can learn something or if there's something that worth learning. Unfortunately, none of the readers so far that actually can convince me, because what I don't like is why people keep describing a card. For example, they say the sun card in this deck, it looks different. Look at the color and all these sort of things. And there's a reader say the three of coins. There's a symbol of water and fire and all these sort of things. And the nine of pentacles. They describe the cloak of that one. I can't remember what they describe, but it's like yellow and red, something like that. So I was thinking, are you for real? What is this about? Why you have to describe how the card looks like? Of course, how it looks like gives you the feeling, right? But there's no formula. There's no definitions about what looks like. I can feel it sad, but you can feel it happy. You can feel it sad, but I can feel it happy. There's no rules. So why people go into and most of readers doing the same thing? They're gonna describe the card to, to to show that they spend more time on watching the card rather than other people. I never watch the cards. I never read any books. I never read. I don't even learn about any deck. Even if it's a new deck, I just use it and I just use my feeling to go. Because when my feelings feel right, I know that is the right thing. Now, when I feel something, mm, if you notice in some of my readings, I say, I think this is someone coming, and then I say, but it doesn't match the energy here. It doesn't feel right. So it has to be your energy. So I recorrect that. Just as simple as that. So, so tarot, to be honest, for me, it's not about um, any rules or principles. It's all about how you visualize things going on and how you matching all the energies together. Because one reading is like when you write a letter. It's gonna be the beginning and the end and the development and the hidden details. So the task of the reader is to find out how to match the energy together and find out what's hidden, if there is hidden details. So there is no, I don't know, for me, I don't know how to expect. Every time before I open the cards, I would just go with the flow and figure out what's going on. And I think that's the best way. Okay, so the vote we have no 47%. That leaves 53% yes. Now it has to be 60-40. Or Anna, you are absolutely, totally right. The spiritual world is, I can't explain this, right? But I feel like you got it when you got it. It's inside you, it's in your blood. There's no rule. Well, there's a principle, but there's not really any rules. The principle is if you keep yourself pure, if you keep your mind objective clear, of course you need a lot of wisdom too. And if you know how to collaborate by feeling grateful to guidance, and then they will guide you. Hi Lydian. Ah, Lydian, yeah, Lydian was talking with me about opening. Lydian is also a reader. I never know. I never watched you reading yet. So if you have the link, you have to send me the link so I will have a look. You can email me if you have the link. Archangel. Personally speaking, like I wouldn't go too deep into angel number things because it's very random. It's kind of a very random feeling, and it's kind of like unique, very personal. So each one will interpret it a different way. Yes, thank you, and I do believe that that is the case. If anyone wants to be a good reader, then if you follow me for a while, then you will kind of like absorb. You don't really need to learn the technique, but you will absorb the way how things go. and then you can go away and reinvent yourself and make it your own way, because this is very creative field. If you think about the past, right? We got all the witches and shamans like worldwide everywhere. So each one they have a different way of how they perceive the universe and their wisdom. And that, as I say, tarot is about sharing, healing, and sharing. So the more you share, the more you being like open with your third eye things, because this is the gift, and the gift meant to be shared. If you understand it that way, you'll be successful with the reading. Now, when you share that to the right people, with the people who have the will to share and learn, they will keep sending you new information, the information that other people cannot get. And I call that is how to downloading from the source. And they will give you because they know that you are sharing, and you don't corrupt the information. You do it for the right cause, and you will never have to worry about them not having that ability. They will never take that away from you. But if someone, like I said, that the lady from the East, European lady, and she kind of like corrupted it, and then she started to being funny. Her reading's gonna be kind of dry and ridiculous, and people will realize that eventually. And I say, Andy, I have to come back to Saturn, try three-dimensional life. Nice day, night to everyone. See you tomorrow. Okay, Anna. Have a good evening, good night, and I will see you tomorrow. I will try to stay here until maybe 10 o'clock, so 2 hours. So I will see that if this works, because obviously that I will try anything that other YouTubers teaching. So they say that if you're new, then you should go live more, so you get more people and new members. So hopefully that it works. I don't know, but the thing is, I don't do the card in the live, so I need to figure out what is the content I want to do. The problem with our channel is because all the people can understand the analysis daily, and it works, and they apply it into their life, so they don't have anything to ask. It's like your customer feeling satisfied. So because I watch other channel and people keep asking a lot of things. When I get back to that person's, when when I get the new one, all the sort of things, and the reader actually shuffle the card and say whatever they want to say. Unbelievable. And people actually think that's true. Uh, it took me quite some time since I started the channel to create the format like what I'm doing now. So I'm feeling like I achieved quite a lot in a short amount of time. At the beginning, I wasn't sure what kind of reading I want to do. So I decided to do maybe just go for the Celtic cross, because I like things traditional. So I choose the original way. That is totally 100% true. We reincarnated life through life. And how you know about if you are being reincarnated? Things that you don't have to learn, but for some reason you know it, or if you when you learn it, you don't really need the time like other people. You learn faster, almost that you don't have to learn, but you understand it right away. For example, my situation, my case, right? Didn't know what tarot was until I bought the decks It was an accident, and I picked it up and I just did it. I never read a book. I never even learned anyone. I never paid anyone to learn. It was just totally random. Now, the only way to explain is because we know that before. So we did this previous life. And I did make an example of the monks in Tibet. What's his name? Dalai Lama, the Buddhist monk. Now he reincarnated 14 times. So 14 lives. He could keep all the memories of 14 lives. And he's still alive now. This is his 14 life. And he remember all the lives before that. So there's a way of you can manifest before you die, or there's a technique of it. Of course, this is you cannot just do it a day, right? So it takes you maybe whole life to devote to that gift ability. So to be able to reincarnate it and still remember things, you have to sacrifice other things. You have to be alone. You have to be like in the mountain, in the cold, all these other things. And but it's true. I don't know what the conditions to do it, but there's a price for everything. Um, how it affects my life at the present. My life at the present is the price I have to pay is I cannot be with other people because when I'm with other people, there's energy influence me and distract me. That's how I became a Kuma. Oh, oh dear, crazy. You are funny. No, maybe you was, maybe because you were the goddess and all the animal love you. That's why doesn't matter what life you live, you still work with animals. That's the reason why. Because you got that energy that, no, like me, not kidding, right? All the animals love me. Now, if I go in the bus, they don't run away. They just get close to me. The dog the same. They just get close to me. It's crazy. I couldn't explain it. Rita, it's difficult to say because I need to know a little bit more about you, but I can talk about myself. I tried to get married 3 times and it never happened. There always something happened to stop it, right? Now I went to check with the horoscope reader, the Chinese horoscope readers, many times, like, and they all said the same thing that I don't have the partner. Doesn't matter, guys or girl. I'm meant to be alone because in the horoscope you can see your partner, your friends, your family, your father, your mother, your siblings, and everything. Right? I don't have it. Now all the readers say that it's very weird when it comes to my case because they never seen one like that. Nowadays, I start to think about my gift of what I'm doing. Then I was thinking, maybe it makes sense now because I'm not meant to be with anyone's because I'm meant to be kind of not alone because I've got a lot of friends that whenever I need, they will help me along the journeys. So I don't need to lean on a family members or a spouse to do anything. So I kind of like thinking, oh, maybe it's true because before my ability was opened, right, I wasn't sure, and a lot of time I was really frustrated with myself because I don't understand. I've got the look, I've got the intelligence, I've got everything. Why I can never be with anyone? I tend to get annoyed with people nowadays if they around me. I like going out now and then, right? But if like daily life, I like to be alone for some reason. I cannot explain it. Of course, no one wants to be lonely, right? But sometimes when we see things and understand things, then we know that you can smile when you see your journey. So since I started to do the tarot, I'm actually feeling much happier now because I realized this is what I was built for. So they were training me years and years and years. That's why I learned a lot of things. And now it's my time to use it to help other people. So that is my quest. So finally, I was thinking, okay, so that if that's the case, then I just have to be happy and do it. Question is if I feel happy, but I do feel happy. That's the thing. Actually, I'm feeling much happier. So that's to answer Lydian about how it affects my life. It makes me happier, but because I kind of like understand it now why I'm different. I mean, see, in the past when I grew up, right, I had a lot of friends. I were a party animals. I were everywhere. I was the most popular in any school I was in because my city was always top of the school. Got a lot of girlfriends, all the most pretty any school that I were in. But then for some reasons, none of them, can be. I can be with none of them. I don't know. I don't can't explain that. There always something happens. Um. Well. It's 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 quite a. This is about destiny, right? So don't try to conform the idea that because you feel better alone, because that's what I used to try to tell myself to comfort myself. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If you look at that way, then you go the right way. Because you try to comfort yourself, it means that you still want to have some sort of company or some sort of like normal life like other people. Of course, we all want a normal life. Who doesn't? But I came to conclusion that I don't think it that way anymore. I just go with where the star guides me. Just go with the flow, knowing that this journey is all about learning and completing our quest. And being happy is about how you find your higher self and align with your higher self. That is how you being happy. When you're happy, when you find your higher self and align with your purpose, then you are free to share that with anyone you want to share with. Because by then you will know who deserves the sharing and who doesn't. The most of people mistake is not really mistake because this is the process, and a lot of people choose to skip it, not learning it. That's why they end up 60, 70 still figuring out what's going on in their life and what they're doing on earth. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what we doing on earth this life, because everyone meant to do a quest. We're not here to enjoy or party. The heaven is when after we die. Earth is actually the challenging, the test, the whatever you want to call it, even the hell if you want to call it that way. It's not really heaven, but because people without spiritual reality, the one into material, they will treat the earth is their heaven, their eternity. And the fact is, they cannot live forever. So where is the heaven? Where is the eternity? The eternity is actually the place where we belong to, where the soul from. That is the eternity. And that's why people tend to know how to find each other through, the clans, the connections of the clan, the family, the soul family. So all good. I'm just trying to figure out how I can move my house without disrupting my work. Because the problem is, if I to the new place, then I will have to order the new Wi-Fi to transfer the Wi-Fi from here to the new place, and there will be the disruption. So that's gonna be quite annoying. That means that I will. It's either I see all of you, or I will have to go to somewhere to use the Wi-Fi. Okay, so we only have three people in the room. Let's see, and the vote is not that promising. So we only have Lydia and Rita still here. So I don't think streaming during the week is a good idea yet, because most of our members is actually from the US, and they all working now. It's like six. Yeah, it's no, it's like half three. Yes, Rita, absolutely. I talked to my dad twice, but I don't know how to bring it back again. It was totally random. It was before I started the tarot channel. It was January, this January. So after the Christmas. So I remember it was half six, half six in the evening, and for some reason, I actually thinking about my dad. So I just burned a candle, and I was talking to him. I say, "Oh, you know what? I almost forgot about you. I'm sorry about that. Now I have time." So I was just sitting here, and then suddenly I feel the energy in the room so heat up. You can't see anything, right? But you will know who's there immediately. So the energy is in the room is so hot. I was thinking this is weird because I'm feeling the heating, and I can hear he talking to me, and I talk to him back, but without saying anything. So it's in the mind, but you feel like you talk by speaking through the mouth. It's crazy. It's an experience that I will never forget. It's okay, it's sake, because we all have to work. We need that money to pay the bills. So see you on Sunday, because Sunday then I can talk with you. Okay, have a good evening, and I will see you soon, either in the comment or on Sunday. Good evening, sake. So yes, we can talk to the death. Really? Um, for the reading, I don't feel anything. Just normal. I never believe about like summon people and talking to the dead and all something, but I experienced myself twice, so I was thinking, wow, I must be very privileged to know it. But I tried to do it again, but for some reason, I know that he can hear me, but he doesn't talk to me anymore. But for some reason, I know when he hear me or not. It's I cannot explain it. It's a mind thing that you can feel it in your mind. Maybe Lydian, maybe when you get hot and start sweating because you kind of like generate more energy. So it can be that way. All right. Um, I like oracles in a way because it's kind of like random. You don't know what to expect. But oracle cannot be a guideline for the reading. That's the problem. It's more kind of a relaxing mood, but sometimes it gives you more detailed messages that tarot cannot do it. Rita, why do bad people continue? You know, the bad people only um, find you as a victim, like a prey, because they go hunting for people that in a weak moment of their life, so they can use that weakness to get into someone's life for different purposes. But normally, it's going to be bad, negative purpose. So that means that you are vulnerable with things or like like your shadow work, your inner self still has that shadow works that you need to work on. For example, um, I would make myself as an example so you will understand, and then you can apply to yourself, right? Because I don't want to ask your situation. Um, Now, when I grew up, my parents were separated. Even I was from quite a proper background family with money and things like that, so I don't have to think about money. And I thought that I was always happy. I did everything well, got a good job, but I never realized that I got the wounded child, which is the inner self. That's the shadow work that I need to work on. That is the when you are lack of the parenting, the parenthood. That is also one of the shadow work. The shadow work can be like a parenthood, can be mistreated or being discriminated when you grew up, or when you being cheated by someone and got that shock in your life. Doesn't matter what age you are, but it leaving you the scar deep down inside. And so when I realized that I got that problems, it caused me the scare and the fear of always having to have someone, and then it caused me the codependency issue. Now, when I'm in that situation, people will immediately pick it up, the energies that you carry. They know that you want to have someone because you're scared of being alone. And then they will, try all sort of things to come in, offer you things that looks nice, temptation, but then because it's for bad intention. So when you discover it, you start to resent it. And that's when the drama started. So the old way to stop the bad people to come into your life is to sit down with yourself and identify what else that cause you the fear, the scare of you avoiding the thing that you avoid to confront. When you can identify the cause of what caused it, you will figure out how to fix it. And when you finish fixing yourself and make yourself the whole, like titanium, no one even bothers comes to you. Or even if they try, you actually then can see the sign of these people in the past. They do exactly the same patterns. They were For example, they will text you being friendly, but kind of like planting some sort of words to mislead you to think that they think you great, that they want to see you. You can only see it when you complete healing yourself. That's the only way. And Lydian asks, if you learn all the lessons, then obviously you will know who come in for what. You're welcome, Rita. For example, if you completing the lessons of codependency, right? Because you identify the reason why you were kind of like feeling for falling for vulnerable people, for example. Uh, now, this is most of the case. We fall for people like, for example, they went through some sort of drama, divorce. They were, how I say, they were being mistreated in the past, or they were being, or when they grew up, they were like, lack of parents and all sort of things. Right? So we tend to fall for these vulnerable people. But when you fall for that, it actually reflects yourself. We just didn't realize that we got that issue. Because if you don't have that issue, you don't fall for that people. Now, when you know that you got the same issue for example, lacking of parenting, parenthood, when you aware of that, then you will change your attitude. Now, the next time you meet someone like a parenthood, you will say, listen, this is your problem because I used to have that problem. So because you want the good things for them, right? But in the past, because you didn't know, you thought that the good things that you want for them is to trying to give them things, like trying to spoil them or pamper them with whatever you want to give. That is a common mistake. A lot of people got that. So that answer how to identify someone, or what lesson is, the only way is you have to learn that lesson to know. So instead of having going through all the traumas, you can learn from people like me, because that's what the guide for. The guide is someone doing the work like I'm doing, not the people who claim they're doing it for entertainment purpose. So is that satisfy you? Does it satisfy you, Lydia? Now I need to change this to. I want to. I need to remember to change my channel to say that this channel is not for entertainment purpose. I like it that way. I can't believe that people doing this kind of a spiritual healing work and they claim it's for entertainment purpose. That's insane. It's shockingly insane. So how I'm doing this? Okay, so I'm gonna put in Sagittarius reading, tarot reading, tarot daily tarot, Sagittarius daily daily tarot, and heal guidance. Right, this channel not for entertainment purpose. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I show you guys. So I just say that this channel is not for entertainment purpose. Hi, Angela. Oh, Angela, where you from? I think you from Holland. Are you? I remember so. So the test going live on Wednesday doesn't really work. Oh, really? Really? I don't know about that. Hang on. So, do you think that they say the channels for entertainment purpose because they want to skip the tax? Do you think so? Oh, yeah, Angela is Atlanta. Sorry. So I mistook you with someone else. Atlanta. Yeah, you told me before. I'm sorry about that. So, Lydia, do you think that they say the channel is not for entertainment purpose because they can avoid tax? Do you think so? It doesn't make sense. Because everyone can claim their channel is not for entertainment purpose, so they don't pay tax. Now, I don't think people can be smarter than these tax people. It doesn't quite seems right to me. How you doing, Angela? What is the weather like at yours? How's your day been? What you up to? Tell me anything that you about you. I think they just say it's for entertainment purpose because they just don't want to get responsible for what they say to people. I think that's the only. Yes, I think so. It has nothing to do with tax because I don't think anyone can be smarter than the tax people, to be honest. Because for the tax people, doesn't matter if they want you to pay tax, you still have to pay tax. No, it's. I don't think it's the legal purpose, Rita. It's just a liability. They just, like Angela said, they just avoid the liability from viewers because they can come and say why it doesn't happen to us or to me. But I think different. I prefer my channel is not for entertainment purpose because I'm more about healing. Oh, cool. Maybe, yeah. Maybe about that sense, then I can agree with you. But for me, I don't think it's for entertainment purpose because the tarot, it's only the cards, right? Now depends on what you use the card for. If you use the card for entertainment purpose, yes, then you can use it for entertainment purpose. These oracle cards are actually for entertainment purpose. But if you use this to as a tool for the healing guidance, then it can be something serious. It can become some sort of guidance and skills to help people to improve the situation, healing themselves. Because some people they pays a lot of money for all these spiritual retreat and all sort of things because they going through some sort of trauma. They need that sort of healing, and it doesn't work much because they forget that the best way is to heal by yourself. And how to heal by yourself, you need someone who really good at guiding. um yeah. Well, I'm not really sure about that, about the court, because obviously they don't say anything illegal. They obviously that they say what the cards say. So, but that's the thing, because they cannot be taken to the court. That's why they get away with what they say, and uh, they don't take responsibility in what they say. Then they misled a lot of people already. Can you believe these like 100,000, 160,000 followers of these readers? And a lot of people believe in what he said and wasting time on a toxic person because he said, oh, you're gonna reunion with your soulmate, and people just jump happy. Oh yeah, that is what I want. Okay, that's what you want, but it's not what they want, and the readers, don't care. So that's the problem. But do you believe me? If the court on earth cannot touch them, there's a court of the spiritual world. They will touch them. They will pay. So when if you want to be a readers in the future, you have to be very precise and responsible with what you say, because we all see where I'm from. We have to say that even no one knows, but earth and sky, they know. Yes, exactly, Angela. To be honest, in our channel, right, the majority of people, for example, people like you and Rita and Lydia, right, and a lot of the majority of our members, they do work on themselves and take things away from what I say and think, and that's why things improve. But I noticed there are a small number of members, but maybe because they are still young and they're inexperienced, so they not quite comprehend the message of what I'm trying to deliver yet. So they do the work, but they do the work on the surface. They don't do the work of the inside. That's why I have to do the introduction today about when you make a statement, think about what you say there. It shows that you don't do the work in the right way. You do the work outside, but you don't do the work inside. If you want to solve a problem, right? You have to find the very original cause of something to totally solve it. You cannot. It's like, for example, you have a leaking pipe in your house, and you see where the water's running and kind of like wetting your ceiling, making mold. So you go and buy a new paint and you paint that with the hope that it will stop the water. But you forget it's the water leaks from where? From the hole. So so you actually need to go and find the hole. And to find the hole, you have to open that ceiling to find that hole. It's just like that. But some if people that they are still kind of inexperienced, or they easily distracted by offers from other, they will forget about their work because I say you have problem with a boyfriend, for example, and then you want to get away and make things right for yourself, but then that guy will offer you, like, if you like cakes, they'll buy you a cake, and you say, oh, okay, I like cake. So you forget your problem, then you eat the cake. But after you finish the cake, you realize the problem's still there. So you go away, you try to fix it, and this guy see you go away again, and he say, okay, buy you another cake, maybe a bigger cake, and give you another bigger cake. Meanwhile, the wallet, the bank card, and everything, he doesn't give you. He gives to someone else. Now that is the case of a lot of people. So a lot of people so easily being compromised, and I call that the naive of the Sagittarius. And we do it without knowing that we actually did it. Yes, and they don't, because they don't know that the problem actually can be fixed just by the mind. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't even need any tool. It just need the mind to be right. And that's why the healing guidance is one of the best things that I discovered. I didn't know that I learned it through the years until I start to do. At the beginning, I always think that, okay, so maybe. And bless the entrance for uncleanness. See, when I started the tarot channel, right, I was thinking, I really think that I feels like the door are closing. For some reason, intuitively, I know that the door was being closed, and it wasn't my choice. Because if I had that choice, I would never do tarot. I would still stick to my work because it's kind of like very light work, easy work, high pay. So why you have to go for this with like. But when it closed, I was thinking, right, okay, so I had the feeling that they trying to direct me to do tarot. Now I didn't think about healing at that time, but when I start doing the tarot, I realized that people got issues and problems, and tarot cannot help them. Only healing and sharing will help people. And then I start to change the way I'm reading. So I use tarot as the tool to transfer, or to kind of like to share the skill how to heal rather than reading the cards. So everything has a reason, right? So I'm feeling like I was being guided through this journey step by step. The first step is they told me to buy a deck, and I bought a deck without knowing what tarot was. So I didn't understand why I bought the deck, to be honest. Still now, when I look back last year, last summer, when I went to that town in just for the seaside, I was looking for coffee. I saw the shop. I was thinking, oh, interesting, because I was kind of like spiritual. So I'm drawn into the thing with stone and all something. I was thinking of stone instead of the deck because I didn't know how to read tarot at all. So I was about to buy the stone. I look at the stone. I would think that stone is expensive. It's a little bit of that. So it's like 50, 65 pounds for a small stone. I was thinking that is overpriced. So I was about to leave, but I was thinking, but I want to buy something cheaper. I don't want that stone because it's too much. So I look at the decks and say, okay, so maybe just buy the deck then because it looks quite interesting. So I asked the lady who owned the shop, I say, I don't know what tarot is, but can you sell me something like basic, something that very basic, something easy? So she say, oh, just buy the original one then. I say, okay, so can you get me the original one? So that is the first day I bought. And when I first came home, right, I opened the deck, I saw the card, I say, oh, that's interesting, but what does it mean? I don't really understand it. So I was thinking, okay, so it just, like some sort of cards play. So it was a card playing things. But then it turns out that it has no one playing tarot. Maybe they play in the past, right? I thought it was some sort of card that you can play with friends and things like that. That's why I bought it. And I didn't realize that I was guided or I was told to buy it. Mm-hmm. Yep. The sixth day, I'm on the fifth, the sixth, the fifth, and the 12th actually still on the same group. So they actually, the healer group, so they tend to be more spiritual rather than if you're born on the 20 Earth. 20 Earth is you will be more materialized, you're more material driven. So you will make a good business. So if you do some sort of business, you will be very good because you are quite driven for that. I'm never being driven for money anyway. I'm quite material free. I'm more about people. I love studying people for some reason naturally. Even when I was young, I love watching people, and I like when people enjoy life. See the couple when they like 70, 80, something like that, and they went out in the pub together, and they still dancing with each other. It looks fantastic. That's what I want to see from people. I know that. I always know who is who. Believe me or not, if someone just text me a couple of lines about their stories, I can figure out who is the person straight away. The moolah, what is the moolah? Let me check the dictionary to see what is the moolah. What is the moolah, Lydia? Oh, slang for money, the moolah. Okay. Okay, I learned that. I will remember that. I never use slang in my life. Can you believe it? I know some slang in UK and Scotland, but I don't use it because of my work. My work is quite academic. We don't use slang, so thank you. Um, one to one. To be honest, if someone has, uh, as I say, take me as an example. I never learned tarot at all, but it is in me. So I don't believe the things that you can teach. You can teach, yes. A lot of people learn tarot, but it's like a trend. So they advertise, organize all the courses and things like that. But um, to be honest, there's no point to learn if you not really kind of like inclined to that kind of thing. A lot of people trying to do the riddles, especially the young one. Can you believe a lot of YouTubers online now? They like maybe 15, 16, 17, 18, very young, with long nails, and they already and say a lot of things. I would think like yo, 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 and all this shit. I would think, what the hell you doing? Okay, bye, Angela. Have a good evening, and I will see you Sunday. And I will see you in the daily comments. Have a good evening. Actually, I have to go too, to be honest. Um, I don't think it's a good idea to live during the week, so I have to rethink about this. But if you guys have any ideas, please email me and tell me what you think. And I will see you on Sunday and in the comments daily. Okay? So good evening wherever you are. Good night. And I will see you on Sunday. If you got any ideas or like to help me expand or grow the channel, email me. The email in the description box. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Lida. Bye, and I will see you soon.